We also know Madison to be a little bit of a liar.
While Nick Viall has defended Madison Pruitt before, he made it clear that he definitely isn't on Team Madison right now. He recently threw some serious shade at Maddie, saying that there's more to her than meets the eye. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Emil Ennis Jr. here with Clevver News, bringing you all the latest news updates that you need to know, and the Bachelor drama is still going strong. Remember when Peter Weber said his season couldn't be spoiled? Maybe that's because his season is somehow still unfolding right before our eyes. I mean, I'm not complaining. We love a little Bachelor tea, especially while we're all hanging at home and social distancing. And though Nick Viall had nothing to do with Peter's season, what he said about Maddie Pruitt might just be the shadiest shade yet. And we'll get to everything he said, but before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Clevver News if you haven't already, and click the bell so you never miss out on any breaking news updates. Okay, so Nick didn't hold back any of his feelings about Maddie on Tuesday's episode of his podcast, Viall Files. Nick spoke in detail about Madison's recent claims that Peter wanted to rekindle their relationship days before sparking romance rumors with Kelly Flanagan. In case you missed it, Maddie was on Caitlin Bristow's podcast and spilled the tea about her and Peter's private text messages.
To be honest, what was really confusing to me is that 2 days before he was spotted in Chicago, he was like calling me and texting me and being like, I miss you, let's get back together.
And even after that bit of drama, fans are still torn on how they feel about the Peter-Maddie situation. But Nick Viall is not torn at all. He talked about how he thinks Maddie has a reputation of being a liar. He brought up when she was allegedly caught faking a fan account she was running and commenting on her own photos from early on in Peter's season. And Maddie still hasn't owned up to that, but Nick is certain she was lying about that.
It's true. I mean, people want to forget. I know Madison wants to forget it, but her Instagram, like,
the fan account allegations things, yeah.
It's not an allegation. It's a fact she did that.
And while he was criticizing Maddie, he understood why she did that and even admitted to wanting to be liked himself. He said, quote, and listen, it is silly and trivial and there's a logical explanation for it that, she wanted people to like her. It's a totally relatable thing. But Nick wasn't done going in on Maddie, and he definitely didn't hold back.
And I know Madison thinks I don't like her, and I know people think I've been hard on Madison. I think she's just fine. I've even defended Madison. But if you're gonna be righteous and you're gonna be pious and you're gonna talk about your relationship with God and how you want to be an example to young women, blah 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 blah, then I hold you to a higher standard.
Nick continued on about how being religious is more than just not having sex until marriage. He slammed Madison saying, quote, don't be vain, don't have your family use Bruce Pearl's house for your hometown and sell it as your own home when it's not your home. I don't like that if you're going to be super pious. I've talked to producers and they like Madison, but they also think she can be a little manipulative and a little bit of a liar. Nick also said that he doesn't have a problem with being calculated or being intentional about what she puts out into the world, and said he does that too, but he thinks it's hypocritical when Madison does it given everything she says she stands for.
Her brand is God and righteousness and being the true, follower of Christ. And no, all she is just a young woman who wants people to like her and does some manipulative shit and makes fake accounts and buys followers and comment and then lies about it when she gets caught.
Nick also went on to reveal why he's going to believe Peter over Madison in their heated back and forth.
But Peter has never lied. So when we get into the game of he said, she said, and it's just who do you believe? Because, they're both probably telling their own version, their own truth. But all I know is I know Madison has lied, and I know Peter has, from what I can tell, hasn't.
So yeah, like I said before, Nick definitely wasn't holding back, and fans are torn over how they feel about both Peter, Madison, and now Nick. We'll get into what everyone is saying, but before we do that, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Nick went too far with his comments about Madison, or do you think he had the right to share his view on the drama? Let me know down in the comments below and get that conversation started. All right, so some fans quickly came to Madison's defense, like this person who wrote, quote, Peter didn't even deny that he texted Madison, so she didn't lie there, and she has explained all the other stuff Nick is holding against her. I don't get why Nick is so hard on her. Madison so far has done nothing to anybody while Peter messed with everyone's heart purely out of selfish reasons. Another person called Nick out for saying all of this without even interviewing Madison. They said, quote, you have not spoken to her, so how can you speak like that, really? Another fan agreed, writing, quote, Nick, you are bothering me with this nonsense. Stop making assumptions on this woman. You do not know her. Either bring Maddie on your podcast so you can have a real conversation with her and ask all the questions you have, or stop talking shit about her because you don't know her at all. So for someone who literally has never even met Madison, you sure do seem to have a lot of prejudices against her. And another person came for Nick for his comments about Madison's religion, writing, quote, "Christians are not perfect. Just because someone believes in God doesn't mean they won't make mistakes and do stupid things when they are young. Yes, all humans should try their best to be kind and be humble. Madison is a young girl trying her best and dealt with a public relationship. Heaven forbid she doesn't handle herself perfectly just because she is a Christian." But other fans totally agreed with Nick and agreed with his opinions, like this person who wrote, quote, "Thank you, Nick, for finally saying what I've been thinking about Madison the whole time. Thank you, Nick, you're the best, and you're 100% Madison is a fake, plain and simple. She was so calculated, she tried so hard to be the Bachelorette. I'm so glad she is not." Another fan came to his defense saying, quote, "Y'all know that Nick has gone through this process and none of us have, so he may be biased towards Peter, but he knows the situation probably better than any of us." Another person chimed in and wrote, "Agree 1000% with Nick on the pious and righteousness. It's hard to stomach." And another fan was officially sold on listening to his podcast after this, writing, quote, "I love your assertiveness, Nick. Finally, I want to watch your podcast. I enjoyed your opinion and pod." So obviously people are really torn on this one and opinions are all over the map, but Nick definitely made his feelings crystal clear. Neither Madison nor Peter have spoken out about Nick's podcast, but we'll be keeping an eye on the situation and we'll keep you updated. And if you want more on the Maddie Peter drama, click right over here for another Clevver News video. I'm Emil Ennis Jr. here with Clevver News. Bye guys.